What's up, guys? Nethervvoid here with more elite dangerous space truckers for you, and somehow there's no sound in here. What's going on with this? Well, we're gonna try this out. I don't even have a... Yeah, there is sound. Okay. I finally kind of figured out, by the help of one of you guys, a really quick trade route. I don't think I'm gonna be sticking to this for very long, but I think I might stick to it till I get a Cobra. It's in Eravit. It's inner system here. And it's basically trucking T back and forth to McCammon Dock, and then at McCammon Dock, picking up some, what is this? Marine equipment, trading it to Ackerman. The only thing is, well, I'm only going to get like, I don't know, one direction I'm only getting like 200 a ton, and the other one I'm getting like 600 a ton. So it's only 800 round trip. That doesn't seem very high. It seems like what I was already getting in the other system, so I don't know if this is... We might have to get something else. Again, I don't like to spend a lot of time off camera because I just have so many games to play and stuff. When I spend time off camera, I think, wow, this seems like it's a waste of time I could be recording, you know? But for games like this and other MMO-ish type games, really, you kind of have to spend time off camera. We'll see, though. 11... Wait a minute. Buy for 1,200? Let's see what... Yeah, 1210. Okay, we'll just buy this since I'm already here. We can fill up. It's fine. Cargo full. We'll take this to McCammon Dock. I should probably check other stations, but again, here's the suck part. You can't check from space. You gotta actually land at the frickin' station, which is ridiculous. They need to change that. You shouldn't have to land at a station to check what the pricing is, you know? I should be able to check prices in the local subsystem, I don't know, local 10 or 12 systems. I should be able to check all the pricing all around, because it is space age time, right? I mean, why wouldn't I have access to that? This really does not make sense at all. So we're going to go back to McCammon Dock here.
Ship released. Engines
Let's get
engaged.
moving.
Landing gear retracted.
There we go. Watch out for these NPC morons that like to crash into you. We're going to book it right out of here. You can't boost inside? There we go. Alright. Let's lock this in. McCammon Dock. Again, I'm pretty sure we might just have to check like at other places, because it sure feels like... Oh, we're mass locked. Go. Boost failed. Insufficient energy. Go. Oh, there we go. Now we're not mass locked. Okay, so
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm gonna have to find a better trade route. And I know inter-system is not very good. A lot of times you can find better trades if you go like on a 4-system loop or something like that. But again,
engage.
I don't want to find that if I gotta fly to every station. That's really not what I want to do. I don't think that's fun. So this is odd. Oh, okay, it's right on the edge right there. That's kind of cool. So I might end up having to do something like that. I know there are I think there are probably sites I can use. I think somebody put in one of the comments on... I just can't remember which video they did it on. I think it may... Maybe let's check episode 10. They showed me a website that I can use to, like, look up trades and stuff. That's not it. Maybe it's 11? Or is it 9? I don't know. Having a problem keeping track of these comments here. Oh, you know what? I think it's 11 and it needs to be approved or something like that. So we've got some time here. We're approaching McCammon Dock, but not too quickly. There we go. Let's level this sucker out. So what I've been doing for speed is I go to 75%. Oh yeah, here it is. Two people saying the same thing. We're going to improve both of those on episode 11 there. So let's do this. Watch this. So I'm coming in. When I hit 7, I go to 75% because there is no key for 65%. And that's really what I want. So I'm going to hit 7, and then I'm pulled back on the throttle 10%. So now we're going 65. I did that with my mouse wheel. Every time I go back 1 on the mouse wheel, it goes back 10%, remember? That's what I have set it for. So I'm just going to have to remember to do both every time, which is, again, kind of a pain, but it is what it is. And we're still getting a really good speed coming in at 7 seconds there. That's a really quick way to get where you need to go here. So, coming in for a quick landing. Again, still going really fast. I like that. As fast as we can, anyway, without an overshoot. Alright. we're going to drop this T off and pick up some marine equipment. So I should have looked at like how much money I had before I did this round trip to be completely exact on how much I'm going to make. Now, it would be nice if I could click some things in that little tool that I have, Commander's Log, and it would calculate profit. Like, some people like doing all the math themselves and spreadsheets and stuff. I don't need to do that. If somebody already built the tool, why would I build it again? That's dumb. In my opinion, I don't need to do that to have fun with the game. If you like that, great. Build your own. I've built my own spreadsheet in Eve for production because there weren't any... There were production tools out there, but they only could do so much, and I really wanted to calculate a few other things like profit per run and different stuff like that to see, you know, what I should be doing. So I needed more features than the other tools had. So we're 5 minutes into the episode, and I still haven't talked about what I really wanted to talk about, which is the day of the recording of this, which is Friday. Leonard Nimoy died, and he was a Star Trek anyway, was a really big influence on me as a kid. It was in reruns when I was growing up, obviously, the initial version of Star Trek, and it was getting kind of hokey even at that point, because I think I mainly watched it in the 80s, and I think it came out of the 60s, I want to say, 60s, so the tech was really bad back then. Obviously, they just kind of did what they could do, but it was never very good.
Granted.
All right, so which direction am I going here? Where is the dock? Is it up here? I can't see it. It looks like it's down, but I don't see the little indicator. So let's turn, maybe? Let's go up again. Where is this freaking dock? There it is. Dock 2, right? Okay. So, yeah, he was Star Trek was a huge influence on me as a kid, and, you know, it's one of the first sci-fi shows I really ever watched. It was just great sci-fi, and it was mostly about science because it was about, you know, exploration and things like that. And I'm coming in the completely wrong way.
Landing gear deployed.
Let's back up. Watch this. Oh, look at that. What a pimp move. So, yeah, it was a pretty big influence on me growing up. And, you know, Spock, obviously, awesome Vulcan, did, you know, really good with that role and won lots of awards for it and stuff. Whoa, too far, dude. Huh, I can just come down like this? That'd be awesome. A little sideways. Does it matter? It doesn't matter.
Compromised.
What? I barely landed.
Engines disengaged.
Anyway, he was really influential on me. I mean, not like I didn't go into science because of him or anything like that, but his character was awesome, and it's inspired, you know, a whole fan base and stuff just off of his character, which is really cool. So I wanted to talk a little bit about him and stuff. Apparently, he died from a disease he picked up from smoking, which was chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It was at the end stages, and they were saying it's because he smoked for so long, and he quit smoking in his 50s, I think. But he said, man, he wished he never did. Of course, you know, a lot of people say that, but here's T. Okay, so okay, 250 apiece. So I think, okay, so I'm making 6,000 on that one side there, and that's not really. This is the cheap side, right? Now when I pick up marine equipment at 4,000, I'm not even sure if I can buy all this. I have 80,000. Cargo full. Oh, I just have enough. 86. Look at that, barely. Oh, I don't have enough. So I only have 20. Okay, that's fine. Let's fly back to the other place, and we'll see how much we made. And that's not even full cargo hold. So yeah, I guess he died from smoking, so obviously, don't smoke, okay? It's stupid. If you smoke cigarettes, I don't even know what you're getting out of it. Like, I smoke a cigar every week or two. Usually, it's pretty much every 2 weeks, because I really don't smoke that many. And I don't smoke them to be cool or whatever. I smoke it because it tastes good. You know? It's got...
Landing gear
every cigar I have tastes completely different, and it's its own unique experience and things like that. Now, I'm not saying don't smoke at all. Like, you can do some things in moderation, and they're not so horrible for you. They're going to get cancer or something. And smoking a cigar every once in a while is not going to give you cancer. I've done some research on it. It's just not. They did research on cigars, and I think
3,
I mean, there's always an
1,
increased chance,
engage.
but everything increases your chance of cancer at least a little bit. But they were saying, like, a guy who smokes, what was it, a cigar a day, or no, was it, yeah, a cigar a day, has like 0.001% more chance to get cancer or something like that. So it's like, okay, well, if I smoke one every 2 weeks, I'm fine. You know, it's like not even it's not even going to register. So, but anyway, yeah, he died pretty much from smoking related causes. But he did a lot of different kind of artistic stuff. Like, obviously he did Star Trek and he did acting and everything, but he also wrote poetry, he did photography, and he did music. Obviously acting, like we already said. He also did a lot of cool stuff, like he did Civ 4's narration when like you'd unlock a new skill or a new tech or something. He was the narrator. As far as I remember, he was the narrator for Civ 4. Correct me if that's wrong. And that just kind of made it for me. That's why Civ 4 was so beast. Or is it? Yeah, because Civ 4, I don't think he did it on Civ 5. I think Civ 5 is maybe someone else. But let me know if that's wrong. Because I am known to get things wrong. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I know most things, but not everything. But anyway, so he was just really cool. He always supported science, the sciences. He supported NASA. He was a big proponent of NASA, and there's some pictures that NASA tweeted out today with him in it, saying thanks a lot. You know, you're inspiration to a lot of people. And Star Trek was a huge inspiration for people at NASA and things like that. Because if you know anything about Star Trek, the original one from the 50s, 60s, like, if you notice, a lot of the tech that they use in Star Trek is current tech now, like the communicator and the flip cell phone. Pretty much the exact same thing, except the cell phone, you know, has more options and buttons and stuff. But, you know, in that series, they didn't really need more than just, hey, open this thing up, it opens a channel, and it's the captain, so he talks probably on the captain's channel or some crap. But, you know, cell phones obviously have more features than just that. But, so, the cell phone, right? What are some other ones? What are some other ones? Not warp drive, obviously. There's a couple of other ones, and I can't think of them off the top of my head. But I'm sure you guys can put it in the comment section if you can think of some. But there are a lot of techs, actually, that came out of Star Trek that actually exist now. Like, okay, the tablet and the little handheld medical device. Now, not the ones that scan, but the ones where he's just looking at it and he's like, yep, he's got X, Y, and Z, and I can tell by his chart, and yada yada, you know what I mean? Where do I enter this thing? So counterclockwise, right? Oh, at the bottom, I bet you down here. Wow, that's a really odd system, and I hate docking here already. Because it's so abnormal. Alright.
Docking request
Pretty
granted.
sure it's at the bottom here. We will know because we'll either be able to get in or we won't. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff that has come from Star Trek, and actually some other social issues were dealt with on Star Trek. And I can't say that I really like when shows do this, because I don't like my shows to be political. I just want them to be shows. I want to enjoy them because of shows, not because of meta. And by meta, I mean things that are going on outside of the show that they bring into the show to try to make a statement. You know what I mean? I just think that's stupid. I don't like it. Please don't do it. You know what I mean? Yes, this is where we go in. Sweet. Okay. Let's slow down a little bit. There we go. I think this is working. This is exactly how we're going to come into this thing. Let's put gear up so we can slow down a little bit. We're still coming in really fast.
Deployed.
Let's maybe back up, because we're going to hit this guy. Alright, let's go. Come on, pick it up. Why is that guy going right in the middle? Doesn't he know you're supposed to go to the sides? 34, huh? Okay. Until you get into the station keeps turning, and it doesn't autocorrect for you. Once you get inside, you can set it to autocorrect. Where's 34? There's 34. Okay. Let's get around this guy, because he is really, really slow. I don't know what kind of ship that is, but it's freaking slow. Oh, and he comes down into me. Okay. Get on with your bad self. So, one other thing they did is, the Uhura was a black woman, and a black woman officer? Yeah, that was not very typical back then. Remember, World War II was like one of the first times that African Americans fought in the actual, you know, United States military. They did, I think they did fight in the Civil War. I'm almost positive of that. I can't even remember my history of my own country, huh? But they still segregated them a lot, I think, even in World War II. It's cool, though, because the African-American pilots in World War II shot down, like, tons of dudes. It was pretty awesome. They were pretty good at what they did, because... and there's actually a movie about them, but they were mainly saying, like, look, this is, you know, the first time we're going to be able to do this, so we need to show them that we're badasses, you know, we can't just slough off, we need to be good. So they did. They practiced, and they became awesome. So anyway, so they did that, and just, it was a more multicultural environment, because you had, like, Vulcans and different races all kind of chilling with each other. And, you know, nobody treating anybody any different, because that's what you, because you got to think, well, what's it going to be like in the future? Like, we have these spaceships and stuff. Are we still going to be racist? Probably not. You know, I mean, there's going to be, I think racism is eventually just going to completely go away, because and actually they've done studies that say that eventually there will be no blonde people, because as more and more people intermix, the blonde gene is actually a recessive gene, and so the dominant gene, which is brown or black hair, is going to overshadow that gene, and eventually there will only be brown or black hair people. Kind of like if you go to Asia, the majority of the people there have black hair, because they've just, that gene is dominant, and they've mixed around so much that it's spread everywhere. Loss? Why am I taking a loss on these? They have a medium supply of marine equipment now? When did this happen? Oh, I'm at the wrong thing. That's why. Okay, no. Cancel. Cancel. I'm supposed to go to Ackerman Market. No wonder. Okay. Yeah, let's launch. Like, it's a good thing I was paying attention. So, they say that eventually everybody's pretty much going to look the same, because people are going to keep mixing and mixing and mixing, and all the features and stuff are going to make everybody pretty much look the same. Now, that's going to take a long time to happen, but it's destined to happen. It's going to happen. It's not... Is this going to happen? Or maybe it will happen. And this has been going on more and more since humans have improved their ability to travel, is what it really is. When places become not as far apart, those two peoples mix more and more, okay? And if they're mixing more and more, that means their genes are becoming more similar, and so... Oh, wow, this guy's freaking out. Okay, let's do this. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go this way. Let's lock in. Let's try to go to Ackerman Market here. There it is. And where is it? I can't see the dot. There it is. And so that is going to happen. Going to. There's no doubt in anybody's mind, I don't think. I mean, there's not in my mind. That is going to happen. There we go. Let's boost. Get out of this real quick. We made a wrong turn, so our dollars per minute here is crumbling as we speak. There we go.
Drive charging.
So that's definitely going to happen. And it would be funny actually if they did it where in 2400s everybody did kind of look similar, because humans at that point will be so mixed up that we'll probably all look the same, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, they had different races. Everybody kind of treated everybody the same. You know, nobody couldn't rank up because of this or that. You know what I mean? So that was really cool. That was one of the first shows to kind of do that, and that's probably what they were thinking. Well, you know, if it's 2400s, and correct me if that date's wrong. I know a lot of people out there know every nook and cranny of everything, and I love when you guys help me out in the comment section by correcting those little things. But they're probably thinking, you know, if racism is slowly dying out and prejudice is slowly dying out, then what's it going to be like in the 2400? Oh, well, there probably won't be any. Oh, that's probably true. And, you know, now that we're encountering alien species, how could we be racist to our own kind when the alien species look completely different than us and operate completely differently and have a completely different culture, and they are different? Like, we would look at our fellow people on Earth and go, well, you're not different really much at all compared to these dudes. So, I really don't see, and I think they nailed it, I don't see any racial tensions happening. Uh-oh. Be on the ball, John. There we go. No overshoots. We're going to go for no overshoots in this episode. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, but we're going to try. So yeah, I really think they'd hit the nail on the head with that one. Again, not because, and you know, maybe it wasn't really a political statement. I don't know. There's maybe really no way to say. Maybe it was just a statement to say, you know, in the future, we're not going to have this problem. I think this problem is just not going to be there. Which is, I think, a very good assessment. It's a very logical statement, you know, that by the 2400s, we probably will not have a lot of racism or prejudice around, because why would you be? Like, that's one of the great things I love about living in California is we've got pretty much every different kind of person here and in an abundance. Like, there's so much mix of different people here. Middle Eastern people, Asian people, Russians, Ukrainians, Europeans, British, you know, Mexican, Brazilian. Well, not as many Brazilians and South Americans, but it's growing. Just you name it, it's here. You know, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Taiwanese. I mean, there's just everybody. So it's really hard to operate in California and live here and be prejudiced. What are you gonna do? Hate everyone? Because there's just too much. There's such a variety of people. I don't see how you could really do it. I just think you'd spend all your time doing that. I guess you can. Why would you? I don't know. That's an interesting concept right there for me. But again, I've never been much of a... I actually have never really been a prejudiced person. The one thing I do need to always try to do is I always try to give someone the benefit of the doubt. You know, I mean, I believe in generalizations and stereotypes to a point, because it's without them, that's part of our survival technique, our survival instincts. But at the same time, every person is an individual, and so I don't judge people based on that. I just try to be safe. That's all. Like, don't walk around in a very difficult neighborhood, you dummy. You know, why would you do that? You're just being stupid. That's not, you know, being discriminatory or anything. That's just trying to be safe. You know, I don't want to get stabbed or robbed or shot or something. So that has really nothing to do with any of that other stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I think they were pretty forward thinking with that, and hopefully it did come from a scientific perspective, because scientifically they're correct that there won't be that kind of weird prejudice and stuff in the future. Not that there really is all that much right now, but there will be almost none in the 2400, I would imagine. And again, I really believe that humans will look very similar to each other, and you probably won't even be able to tell much different from race. But in order for that to happen, the racial barriers have to come down a little bit more. I know in Europe the racial barriers are a lot less pronounced. In the United States, because everybody's a special snowflake, it kind of keeps our racial tensions high, because, you know, you should be true to yourself and your race and blah blah. You know, it's like we kind of foster that, which I don't understand. If we're a nation of all races and you know, ethnicities, why don't we celebrate that instead of celebrating individualism and, you know, where you're from? I would probably celebrate, hey, we're Americans. That's what I would like to do. Just, hey, we're Americans, and I don't care where I love that I'm mostly German and English, but I don't have to be like, oh, but if you're not German and English, I'm not going to talk to you. Why would I do that? But I know where I'm from. I'm glad, but it's not pervasive in my everyday life. Okay, let's put it that way. So okay, now let's see how much we're going to make. Let's see if we actually made some good money here. 600 per, so not a lot more than the other. We're going to sell 20, and we made 12,000, so we just made 18,000 per run, which I don't think is a lot more than my previous system. A little bit more, yes, but I don't think it's a lot more, and hopefully we can get a better trade. Like maybe on, one thing I saw that I could maybe trade was consumer technology. The demand is really high, so I'm wondering... But the galactic average is... Oh, see, they're saying they're paying 500. That's not very good. But someone with a huge surplus might be selling it for 6,800, and so that's like 700 per, or 800 maybe, if I can get it. So I wrote that down, I think, last time, and while I was back at my chem, and I should have looked at that. But I like to look for high-value items. You know what? Let's just go to that website. I'm tired of this. Let's go to that website. Let's go back to comment section, and we're going to go to the website here. Well, I'm going to do that off camera. We'll just keep doing what we're doing. We only have like 6 minutes left. So let's buy some tea. We're going to go back. because that was selling for a decent amount, kind of, not really, but that's fine. Let's cancel. Wait a minute. T. Well, I do know the demand. They have some demand there, and there's supply here. Really wanted to know if they wanted. And none of these are very good, right? 14 and 1600. Okay. Because this they aren't buying. Like tobacco, they're not buying. Although that'd be a good look. 700. That's good. 650. So I'm gonna have to look. See, I'm gonna plug tobacco into this. That way I can kind of track it. So let's see. Consumer tech. They have a high demand. There's a low demand for tea, and then we're gonna say there's a tobacco. Let's see. Tobacco. We're gonna set it as high supply. Price. I can buy it for 44.26. That's the buy price. Quantity of it, I don't know, it's 47,000. I'm never gonna eat all that up. Not in this ship anyway. Alright, so we've got that in there. Let's refresh. Let's see. Hide main, what? Make all current, that's fine. Okay, so let's go back to Ackerman, but let's take T with us, because we don't know if they want to buy tobacco or not. It would be really nice if they did, but we'll see. So 93 something. We were making 93 something on this run. Let's get out of here. Alright. So I think I'll have to check out what the Cobra price is offline, because I don't really want to look it up right now. But yeah, Leonard Nimoy, big time fan of his, especially since he would do all sorts of things. Like he did a lot of narration for science programs and stuff, like not Cosmos, but other sci-fi documentaries and stuff, which was really cool.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Let's just pump it to max.
Landing gear retracted.
I think we can do this. We don't need to wait, right? We don't need to be too safe. In fact, I'm gonna boost out of here because I'm a pimp. Oh! Oh, wow! That was really stupid. But hey, it's fun, right? Okay, McCammon Dock. Isn't that where we want to go? Yeah, we do. That's odd that it was so close. I figured it would be harder to find. Harder to get to. Okay. So we're still mass locked. Let's boost again. That should get us right into Super Cruise. Yeah, there we go. Super Cruise distance here.
Charging.
Alright, let's go back to Leonard Nimoy here.
4, 3, 2,
let's
1.
see.
Engage.
I wanted to look at IMDb to see what he's done. Let's do IMDb. I'm sure he's getting hit 1,000 billion times today. Leonard Nimoy. Leonard. Okay, Leonard Nimoy, and let's straighten our ship out here because I like to have it straight for some stupid reason because I'm OCD. Alright, Leonard Nimoy, IMDb. Oh, this is an article. I don't want that. I want to look at his, what movies he did and stuff. Star Trek, 1966. That's when Star Trek came out. The show. Really insane. In fact, he was just doing Star Trek movies until, like, what, a couple years ago even? The guy's a pimp. The guy is a pimp. Well, he's gone now, but he was a pimp. He can still be remembered as a pimp. Into Darkness, 2013, 2 years ago. 81, still making movies. Still making movies. Fringe, I remember him on Fringe. He was pretty insane on Fringe. I mean, he had like a major role on that show. He did an awesome job. The guy is a pro. I mean, you gotta... He's crazy ridiculous. In fact, I know they talk about him a lot on Big Bang Theory. Like, he signed a napkin for Sheldon or something like that. So I'm really curious to see what they say on Big Bang Theory, although I don't really watch the show anymore. I have tons of other shows to watch. I should probably add it. It's on Netflix, I think. I should probably add it, because I haven't seen the more recent episodes of that show. I just finished getting caught up on House of Cards, and now I think I'm doing... No, Orange is the New Black is done. There's some other show. I can't remember what it is. I'm doing... I know I need to do Doctor Who, but it's so long, like, there's so many seasons of Doctor Who, that I'm trying to knock out a couple of, like, smaller series, you know what I mean? So, and I can't remember which one I'm on. I cannot remember. I'm sure when I look at my Netflix, I'll figure it out. So, McCammon Dock. Let's see how much money we can make in this sucker. We have 93,000. So let's see what we can get. So we got a couple things we can sell here. A couple things we want to see if they want. And I think we want to see if they want tobacco, right? I don't think they do, but we'll check. Spock would say no. Spock would say, no, we don't want tobacco. Get that crap out of here. Live long and prosper by not smoking, that's what he'd say. It's funny that he never made like a no smoking commercial or something. Transformers Dark Side of the Moon, he was Sentinel Prime's voice in 2011? Oh my god. I did not know that, like at all. Star Trek Online, the video game? He had a... What? Spock Prime's voice? Okay, that's cool. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. He was Master Xenoheart? Xenonort? In Kingdom Hearts Birth by... Wow, okay. Land of the Lost, the Zarn, Civilization 4. Narrator voice, yes, I was correct. Civilization 4, there it is. So let's get ourselves a dock. Let's see if that's number 1. I don't know if it is, but we'll see. Atlantis, the Lost Empire. He was the Atlantean king. Let me see. Let's see. No. Invasion America. I never heard of that. Brave New World. No. The Lost World. First Man on the Moon. Huh. I haven't heard a lot of these. The Simpsons. He was on The Simpsons a couple times. That is cool. Oh, we gotta get serious now, guys. Okay. Pad 1. Can you please pop up with a number? Oh, that's pad 1. Okay, we're good. Let's start turning the boat here. So we can come in proper. Turn! I wasn't pushing turn, apparently. Okay, now we just mainly need to go lateral here. Okay, we're good. Let's move it in. Gear down. Turn it back. There we go. Slow down a little bit.
Landing gear deployed.
Mr. Captain Kirk would be really pleased with my flying ability here. He say I'm coming in too fast, though. Actually, no, Kirk wouldn't say I'm coming in too fast. He'd be like, you're coming in too slow. Like, you're wasting my time. Hurry up. I got green alien chicks to kiss and do stuff. Do other nasty things, too. The Halloween Tree, Star Trek Judgment Rights. Did a lot of Star Trek stuff. Let's see. More Star Trek. Star Trek. Transformers, the movie. He was Galvatron. That's cool. 1986? Wow, that's really old. Huh. I don't even remember that. So, yeah, he did a lot of Star Trek and stuff, but he did some other stuff, too. That was kind of neat. So, Leonard Nimoy, pretty awesome dude. Let's see if we can just sell this junk, and we'll be done with this episode since we're a little bit over. I want to see if they need, so they need high... Oh, that's a supply of food cartridges. Tea. A low demand for tea. That's why we're not getting a lot of profit from it. So we're up to 99. So do they want... No, they don't. They demand beer and wine. But they look like they're pretty low. That's not a lot of profit per. Marine equipment. They have a supply of it. Okay, so that's probably going to be what we do. So let's look it up here. Demand. Consumer technology. High. Didn't I look at Ackerman Market? I didn't! You gotta be kidding me. Oh, well. Well, that's going to do it for this episode anyway. And as always, guys, I will talk to you next time. Leave some comments in this comment section, and I will talk about them. Probably not next episode, because I'm actually going to record another one pretty quick after this one. But I will see you guys next time.